make me wait for you. You got me chasing you. Turn day to night, water to fire. This is unusual. No lies, just tell the truth. This hit feels overdue. Your skin is shine like diamonds and light. Juju all over you. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori. She's a goddess like Oshun, got me feeling like Ogun. I don't wanna waste your time, but I gotta make you mine. The feeling is mutual, she want this consensual. Tell me you stay, don't go away, pour my love over you. It's her melanin, way she sway her hips, her crown, loving it. Oshun Aladeo, you make me wait for you. You got me chasing you. Turn day to night, water to fire. This is unusual. No lies, just tell the truth. This hit feels overdue. Your skin is shine like diamonds and light. Juju all over you. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori. I don't wanna cross the line. Got me working overtime. 24, 9 to 5, and just to see you smile bright. I really wanna make you mine, yeah. Have you by my side, yeah. Just to get you right, can't get you out my mind. It's her melanin, way she sway her hips, her crown, loving it. Oshun Aladeo, you make me wait for you. You got me chasing you. Turn day to night, water to fire. This is unusual. No lies, just tell the truth. This hit feels overdue. Your skin is shine like diamonds and light. Juju all over you. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori, ayaba. Monife, ayaba, olori. Ayaba mi, ayaba mi, olori, olori. Yeah, 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 yeah. Monife o, monife o. Ola femi, ola femi, ola femi, ola femi. Bobo, 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 ayami, bobo, you make me wait for you.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Hello, darling. Oh, darling, it seems my hair is too big for the frame, darling. Oh, darling, larger than life. Darling, hold on, darling. Let's see. Let's move this a little bit like so, darling. Gotta make space for the hair. Darling. Oh, is my hair still cut off? Oh, well, darling. I don't know what else we can do. Darling, how are you all doing today? Come on in. Don't be shy. I do want to thank you all for being here today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me, darling, and I don't take that for granted. Darling, be a doll, would you? And like the video on your way in, come on in. Come on in. Don't be shy. I don't bite. I don't bite. Unless you're into that type of thing, darling. I don't bite. Darling, come on in. Like the video on your way in. I just feel like, why does it seem like my hair is cut off? Like, what? I want, what is going on here? How do I fix this? Okay. Feels like we may have to do that. Maybe move this camera up a little bit is what we need to do. Okay. God, when you're 6 foot tall, darling, it can be so hard to stay in the frame. Okay, there we go. See, I was trying to get this a little smaller, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Hey, so did y'all like the new intro video or what? Okay, not me with an intro video, honey. Who do I think I am? Shout out to my brother, Oba. That song I absolutely love. It's called Aya by Me. Oba is a brother from back home, back in Florida, and he is kind of pioneering this new genre of music, which is like Orisha, FBA, Afro beats type of style. It's super dope. The song is super dope. He actually used me for the music video for the song. So when it come out, y'all, I don't know who I think I am, honey. I did a music video. So I'm a model now. All right. So, you know, I'm a music video vixen pretty much at this point. So no autographs. Like, can y'all not, like, please stop. I know you want an autograph, but try to contain yourself, please. Okay. So not me with my own intro video, honey. I don't know who I think I am, darling. I don't know who I think I am. Let me turn on my AC because it's hot in here, darling. So I'm running a little bit behind because, honey, we was in a Patreon having a ball earlier, darling, and now I'm running a little bit late, but it's okay. We're going to get it all together. We have a really good show coming up today with some very important things that we need to talk about. So I'm kind of running late because I'm in the Patreon, ladies. Why are you not in my Patreon? Okay. My Patreon is an amazing community of like-minded women who want solutions, women that want to do better, women that want to learn, women that want to prevent problems instead of complaining about and reacting to problems, women that want to look good, stay in shape, be their best selves. That's the work we're doing in my Patreon, okay? We do events, get-togethers. Like some of us tonight, we're going to an aerobics class, like an aerial fitness aerobics class. We just had our meetup last weekend. We did brunch. We went out. You know, we support each other in our mental health. And, you know, whatever comes your way, present day is a great support system. I get ready for my show on the Patreon. So, ladies, get into this makeup look, okay? The girls voted and decided green, okay? Because we're going to talk about a subject today, got them green with envy. So we went with green. So I do my makeup live. I show all the products that I use. I show my whole process. And while I'm doing my makeup, the girls get to choose different topics that we cover while I'm doing it. So many games, so much gem. We do movie night. This Patreon is just for women. So guys, do not come into Patreon. I'm not giving you your money back. And if you don't follow the instructions, I can't tell you how many times men join. Like, I think I'm not supposed to be here. You're not. And you didn't follow the rules. And why are you here? Then they want a refund. Nope. My money now. Too late. Should have listened a little bit better. So guys, do not join. There is nothing in there for you unless you want to talk about periods and makeup and boys. Okay. If you're not into that, it's not for you. I am eventually going to start a co-ed Patreon where I attack more of my racial, social, and political issues that I can't get monetized on YouTube, and I speak what needs to be spoke on there. But as of right now, the Patreon is very domestic, very feminine, very girly, very much a sisterhood. There is no place for men. We have now developed chapters in the Patreon. Okay, like we have different chapters, and the ladies have gotten together and began to build friendships and support systems, because in present day in 2023, when you're a Black woman and you say, I want my men, I want to work in unison with them, I want to have good faith in them, I want to make it happen, I don't want to be fat, I don't want to look, I want to take responsibility for myself, I want to stop policing the way that people respond to me and instead do more work in making myself my best version. I want to look into me. This is the type of women that are in the Patreon. Okay, so you don't have to worry about, being in the hair salon and hearing everybody talk about how N-words ain't S, and you sitting there like, I hear y'all, but I want me one. I don't know what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be worried about wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, wanting to get married before you have children. Like, these are women who are progressive. It's not the place where I just tell you what you want to hear. It's not that kind of story. You come in there when you want to do the work and get the tea. We have a Discord. We have an entire a group chat on our Discord. People always ask questions. We have single women, married women. We have some women in there are newlyweds. Some women were married 10 years. So there's all kinds of other healthy women in there that you can go to. Again, we have question and answer sessions. You can ask me things personally. I share a lot about my own journey and what I'm doing in there as well. So it's amazing. So if you're not in a Patreon, it's not an expensive Patreon. If you can't put $5, $10 a month towards bettering yourself, I don't know what to tell you. All right. There's tons of content in there. We share recipes, like literally everything. So please join the Patreon. Don't come in my content saying, what is that lip combo? What is that eyeshadow? No. Join the Patreon. Okay. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. So patreon.com/SIXGOD. The link should be in my description box. Y'all make sure you like the video. Come on in. So I had an experience I flew out to record on a podcast recently that will remain nameless during this conversation. And during a debate in the podcast, what happened was the same thing that happens every time I enter a space, which is they get mad. Okay, can we take a minute to say, y'all big sister has them so mad. Okay, these women might act like they don't like me and they ain't trying to listen to what I'm saying. These women, they watch everything I do. They watch every post, every video. They can't stop watching. And they watch me all day and night, and then they get mad and then they complain. And, some of them try to hold it together and like keep the poker face and act like they don't know who I am and act unbothered. But something happened during this recent podcast taping and they could not hold it together, honey. They could not hold it together. My very existence, okay, me breathing and existing was sending them to Venus and back. And I want to break down something that one of the pit bulls said, and it was very profound. And it reminded me of two things. It reminded me that Black women are slow, and it reminded me that Black women cannot be saved. So we were talking in the Patreon about how there has to be a great divide. There is a great awakening happening in which many Black women are going to have to leave most of the Black women in their lives behind. So in the Patreon, we were talking about that, about the concept of stepping over dead bodies. And, they have a save yourself Black man movement. There needs to be a save yourself Black woman. There needs to be a save yourself from Black women, Black women's movement. And that a lot of Black women in your life, ladies, in your lives, whether it be your mama, your best friend, your sister, you're going to have to separate from them. Okay. 2023 is going to have to be the season of moving funny and moving different. It's nothing personal, but it's personal. All right. The way that I was ganged up on recently, I thought was kind of comical, because I'm like, I have people oftentimes that come to me and ask me to attack other female content creators. You need to talk about so-and-so. You need to say something about so-and-so. And I don't feed into it. Why do I not feed into it? Because that is her ministry. Okay. If you get on your platform and your account and you speak your ministry, let me make sure this is on silent. If you get on your account, on your platform and speak your ministry as a grown woman, you're allowed to do that. You'll never see me go to a content creator and go in her face and tell her you're wrong for what you say and do. Number one, because I don't care. Because 90% of women, the stuff that come out their mouth is pure delusion and is pure comfort food. And you know what comfort food is? Comfort food is when you're feeling bad. You don't really want a solution to the problem. You just want to eat something to make you feel better. Okay. So if 90% of Black women are out here selling comfort food, and I know it's babble, I know it's BS. Okay. I know that all it is NyQuil. What does NyQuil do? It doesn't fix your cold. It doesn't fix the flu. It just makes it a little easier for you to sleep with a stuffy nose. Okay. So if I know y'all out here selling NyQuil, I don't care. That's y'all. Whoever buys it, that's on you. That's the way life goes. Okay. The way life goes is that human beings by nature are predatory. Now that sounds so bad, right? It sounds like humans are predatory. Like, geez, that sounds bad. Humans are predatory. Humans do as much as you allow them to do. How do we know this? Because it starts from a child. Have y'all ever seen a child where in one person's presence, they're well-behaved and perfect angels, but then around someone else, they misbehave and act a fool? Because humans are predatory. The child picks up on, I cannot get away with this person. So let me sit down and be quiet and act right. But now this person over here, oh, they let me slide, so I'm gonna act a fool. Whenever you want to know if something is with us by nature, look at if children do. So if children know who to try, children are predatory. Imagine what happens with adults. Okay. So in my mind, if there are women who let other women and men sell them NyQuil, hey, may the best man win. If you got out your money, if you got out your follow and you're subscribed because you want some NyQuil and comfort food, that's you. You'll never see me go to no other grown woman, no matter if I agree with her talking points or not, and get in her face and tell her and call her out her name and be like, you're wrong. How is she wrong? She wrong for what? Speaking her opinion? She wrong for what? Speaking what she believes on her platform? So that's how I operate. I don't lose no sleep. I don't watch them. The minute, if I know 90% of women don't even know what the hell they're talking about and all they selling is NyQuil and all they're doing is disregarding everything that men think and telling men to shut the hell up. Let's just talk about what we want. If I know that 90% of women are doing that and 90% of women are trauma bonded due to their habitual bad decisions, I don't care. You want to self-destruct? That's on you. I got my own things to worry about. So, I don't watch their stuff. I don't care. But then I had to think, but why do they watch me? Why do I not get that same thing? Why do they always sneak diss me, make videos about me? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why can't they just, if you truly feel as though my message is babble, why can't you just ignore it and keep moving? Why do y'all not like me? I literally every day have comments on my YouTube, my Instagram with girls calling me a mean girl. I don't watch my tone. I purposely speak in the tone that I speak in. Women have 1,000 places they can go to get comfort food. You have 1,000 places that you can go for women to condone your bullshit and feed you comfort food. Y'all got the girls trips. Y'all have the women's empowerment brunch. I tell my Patreon, stay as far away as you can from the women's empowerment brunch, because it is not a women's empowerment brunch. It is a women's enabling brunch. A bunch of women that get together to clap for their crap that the rest of society doesn't care about. They're like, well, if y'all don't care, we'll just get together and condone each other's BS. Don't worry. I also realized in this past weekend that Black women in particular are slow and cannot be saved because they perceive work, rules, standards, and discipline as an attack on them. The minute Black women find out they have to sacrifice, tell themselves no, give something up, follow a rule, shut the hell up. The minute that they find out they have to do that, they take it as a personal attack. You're making me feel bad by highlighting my shortcomings, by highlighting my BS. You're making me feel bad about myself. And so you're the problem. Don't make me feel bad. Black women been fat for 100 years. Okay. Black women want to have their way and eat it too. All right. And I was speaking about this in the Patreon earlier. The reason why I realized the reason why they can't just leave me alone, the reason why they can't just not watch my content and go about their business is because I speak the truth. I speak the truth. If what I was saying was some BS, they would just keep moving. It wouldn't be relevant, but they're upset because it's true. What it does is it makes not only them, but the men that they have finessed and convinced to sit down, shut up, and not say anything for decades, it wakens everyone's eyes up to the fact that you ain't shit. I realize that the lane that I am in is an unprecedented lane, okay? And I think it was Kelly that said this in the Discord, in the Patreon, and Kelly said, I often see men in Six's comments saying things to the effect of, wow, it's different seeing a woman like you speaking on this. And then I realized there's a few boxes that women put themselves in present day, all right? Whenever you see what I would like to call, a select woman or a highly attractive woman, you do not see highly attractive women, with bodies and booties and all that. You don't see them speaking about anything of substance on the internet. Highly attractive women are on the internet selling bundles, lashes, skinny tees, what else? Waist trainers, they're real estate agents. What else is the BBL bad chick career paths? Airbnbs. I am dying inside. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm cracking up. Anyway, but the point is, there's a few options here. Here go the options. All right. The options are you're either a highly attractive woman, which in my opinion, let me just say this. In my opinion, you're either born a baddie or you're not. All right. I have a thing where I call the bus driver effect. You've never seen a bad chick be a bus driver, ever. Okay. Majority of women, you take off the wig, take off the BBL, you a bus driver. I believe in natural baddies where you just naturally bad. Like just your natural genetics, you just hit the jackpot, because that's what it was back in the day. Back in the day, you couldn't go get a BBL and a wig and everybody's a bad. Like you had to actually hit the genetic jackpot to have good genes to look good. You could not buy the title of a baddie. It just did not work that way. Okay. So, I realize a lot of women are bus drivers. Okay. They're bus drivers and it is what it is. And there's a few different options here. You have the women who are highly attractive they're highly attractive. They got the BBL, the wig, the women's empowerment brunch. They're a boss bee with their bundles business. Or, that's what else. I know the other thing they do. They make a business out of telling you how to make money in your business. They don't really have a product or service. They just make their money off of telling you how to make money online. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all the Instagram baddie BBL or a boutique. Y'all put in the comments some other Instagram baddie career paths. But you don't see highly attractive women on the internet talking about scrubbing baseboards and working in unison with their men and for you to get over yourself. Okay. You don't see that. They're either BBL, 30-inch wig, talk about don't cook and clean for no man because you ain't no maid, ordering Uber Eats, Honey, I'm a baddie. I sell bundles, get my BBL, wear my wig. I don't know what you talking about. Talking about workout, talking about don't go get a BBL, talking about actually washing, combing, and wearing my real hair. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nah, we don't do that. Or you have the plain Jane regular girl where it's like, she's, just regular schmegular, and she may be the one saying, cook, clean, scrub baseboards. But then it's like, but we don't care what she say because she ain't a baddie. But there's never been this lane of a woman being select attractive while also saying scrub them baseboards, cook and clean. Stay out them people's surgery thing with the BBL and go take your ass to the gym. Take that wig off with that braid down that you've had underneath there for 6 months. Wash and comb your real hair and wear it. Nobody's doing that. No one like me. And so I realized that's the real problem. Okay. The women that look like me are like, girl, what are you doing? You're making more work for us. Like, hello, like we're not cooking and cleaning. Hello, Uber Eats. Hello, you're being a pick-me. What are you doing? Can you stop being a pick-me? Pick-me equals a woman that make me have to actually work. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all a story. And shout out to my brother Oba for sharing this story with me that I'm now going to share with you. I thought this was a very profound story, and I want to speak on it because this is what we need to preface this conversation. You all see the thumbnail, and it's a wolf with a sword with blood on it, right? I know you're probably like, that's not like her normal thumbnails. Like, what's up with that? I want to tell you all the story of the wolf and the sword. Oh, there was a hunter, and the hunter was looking to catch the wolves that had been messing with his livestock. And so his friend said, let's just go out and let's just go hunt them down and let's just go get them. And he said, no, we'll never find them. Wolves hunt blood. They hunt blood. When they smell blood, that's what attracts them. So he said, what we're going to do is we'll put some goat's blood on this sword. And they're going to smell and be attracted to the blood. And they're going to come and they're going to start to lick the sword. They're going to want the blood on the sword. So he draws his sword, slaughters the goat, covers the sword in the goat's blood. He puts the sword down and they wait. Sure enough, here come the wolves. They immediately see the sword with the blood on it and rush over and begin licking. As the wolf begins licking the sword, more and more blood starts pouring out. The wolf not realizing it's his own blood. But he's so attracted and so thirsty for the taste of the blood that he just keeps licking at it more faster because it's good to him, even though it's killing him. And before the wolf realizes that the very blood it's been drawn to and is licking on is making himself bleed out and perish, it's too late. The wolf has lost too much blood and it's on the ground. So exactly what was attractive to the wolf is what killed the wolf. This is what is happening modern day. This is what women are doing. They're telling you, you can be a single mom. What's wrong with being a single mom? I realize the tactic that women do to make each other feel better is to give you a dramatic comparison in order to condone and make you feel better about what you're doing, which is a cop-out, right? Because you could do that with anything. Okay. I could tell you, you hurt my feelings. Okay. Because you were an hour and a half late to our date and you left me waiting. It makes me feel like you don't respect my time. I would appreciate it if you'd be more respectful of my time. Anyone could say, oh, you're mad because I was an hour and a half late? Oh, well, what about, so you're mad about that? but you're not mad about the fact that I walked in your house with muddy shoes and tracked mud all over your carpet. I mean, that may be a separate issue, but I'm talking about, I'm upset that you were late. You didn't call me. You didn't let me know. I'm simply saying, can you kind of respect my time? Okay, so me being an hour and a half late is the worst thing that can happen, but I can walk in your house and track mud in there, and you don't say nothing about that? That's not what I was. And I realize that that's the blood that Black women are drawn to. You're drawn to people that say, oh, your BS is not that bad. So this is bad, but this is not bad. And then what? So you have a bunch of people that just give you these dramatic, obtuse comparisons, but your BS is still your BS. That's what you look for. You look for the person that when I say you fat, you've been fat for 10 years, you eat too much, your mama set you up by always telling you to finish your food before you got up. You got 1,000 places you can go to for people to say, you can do it. You're worthy. That's not my MO. You fat. You've been fat for 5-10 years. You've been fat since you was 10 years old. Let it go. Okay. Don't allow yourself to get big. Once you allow yourself to get big, it's hard to get smaller. Okay. That's just what it is. That worries you. But if I was to say, some men like big girls, okay, first of all, and it's the inside that counts. That's comfort food. Because after I tell you that some men like big girls, after I tell you it's the inside that counts, you still big. But that's what women want. They want the NyQuil. Lie to me and make it feel good. I talked to a brother that y'all giving all y'all money to him buying his products, who told me, Six, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% when you speak about weight and Black women's weight and the way men perceive their weight. But I would never say that publicly. I said, why not? Why don't y'all niggas speak up and say the truth? Because your mama fat, you don't want to offend your mama? Oh, I know why. Because fat women are what? Consumers. Fat women consume the most food. Guess what that also equates to? They're going to consume the most financially. So you won't be honest about this weight topic with Black women. You sit in Black women's face and tell them, yeah, like it's not that bad. Like, you could be big. It's not that problem, because you need them to buy your shit. Then I'm like, this is where we are. We're at this place where Black women just want to be lied to. That's why they slow, and that's why we got to leave them behind. So let me tell you all about the interaction that I had, and then we're going to get into a few things that need to be discussed, because I want women to understand that we are in the age of awakening. We are getting to this place where I am starting to see more and more women talk about, fake friendships, and how I say all the time, a woman will be your enemy 10 times before a man will be your enemy once. No offense, but men don't even think like you enough. Men are not even at the same intellect level as you to be your enemy the way a woman can. Okay. So y'all, I filmed a podcast this past weekend that will remain nameless. Do not get in the comments saying who was it, what was it. We're not doing that. Okay. I filmed a podcast, and where I am in my career is, if I want to really bite a hyena head off, I can. 100%. All right. I don't care if it's 20 women, I can always hold my own. And that's just what it is. I know how to fight very well. I don't back down from anything. I'm very fearless and strong when it comes to that element of myself. But I'm trying to grow. I'm at this place where I don't want to do all that. Do I know that I can defend myself against hyenas? Yeah. Do I want to spend my time doing that? No. I'm at this beautiful, peaceful place in my life where it's like, if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. If you with it, you with it. If you're not, you're not. Okay. Let me grab some water. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh, sorry. Side note, there is nothing like Publix sweet tea and lemonade as an Arnold Palmer. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's actually spectacular. I need to go get me some more apple juice, honey. It's spectacular, okay? So I realized that what a lot of male content creators do to me is they purposely put me on podcasts and panels with hyenas, where they know we have opposing views and they know I'm a tough cookie. They know I can stand up against them. They know I can hold my own. So they think it's funny. Okay. They think it's hilarious. Like, okay, we'll bring Six on because we know that her thoughts are totally different. We know that women that look like her aren't talking this way. We know the way these women who are here act. So what we'll do is we'll put her on here to stir the pot because that's going to make some ratings. I have made so many male content creators so much money and views just of me coming on their panels. Every single podcast or panel I come on, I do not disrespect the other women. I do not tell them that, oh my God, you're dumb for thinking that, or I don't do any of that. I come speak. The truth doesn't need to do that. The truth does not have to call someone else's point of view, call it names to be true. I don't have to overtalk you or talk louder than you for what I say to be true. In my experience, I know I don't talk out my behind. If I speak on something, it's because I know for it to be true due to consistent patterns. So anytime I go onto a podcast or a panel, I go on there understanding. The point is for people to have different views, different opinions. There are many women, but that because they're so sensitive about the topic of weight, and because I speak about it so brashly and so openly on my platform, that they get this idea in their head that when we see her, we're going to talk to her mean because of how mean she talks about fat girls. And they get this Spider-Man, Batman complex in their head that I'm going to be a vigilante. I'm going to be mean to Six because she told us that we can't be fat and want a rich man. When Six comes, let's all team up and be mean to her because she was mean and told us that we need to go to the gym. That's what they do. So I expect that, but it has never happened to the extent that it happened this past weekend. And finally, a woman was honest and said what the rest of them wanted to say, but I don't think they got heated enough to let it slip out. And it finally happened and confirmed what I've been knew. All right. So every time I go on panels, I just come with how I feel. I come with my thoughts, and I come with the facts to back it up. I don't got to yell, scream. Now, if you start name calling me, if you start getting flustered, that already tell me I won. All right. A tactic that a lot of women use to be right is two things. Number one, they make women have the fear of not being accepted. Okay. This is why I say the sisterhood is a scam, because it's a sisterhood of enabling. As long as you are on the same page with us, that we make sure that we maintain talking points that keep us from taking the blame, having to work, having to tell ourselves no, or having to exhibit discipline. As long as you're not going to mess this up and make us have to actually work or compete, we'll protect you in the sisterhood. But if you dare make us have to work and put down the rack of lamb, we're going to gang up and we are going to attack you. So they ain't never ran into a real nigga that be like, fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You ain't got to like me, ho. Now they're like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We tried to threaten her that she won't be allowed to sit with us and we won't like her. She said she don't give a fuck. So fuck, what do we do? That's why the streets need a real nigga like me. So that's the first tactic is, okay, if whoever does not stick to the code of enabling, we won't be their friend. Then when I knock that over and say, I don't care about that bitch, you ain't got to be my friend. I don't need no friends. I don't trust women with no friends then. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You ain't got to trust me either. Trust your mammy. Okay. The second thing they do is, like I said in the beginning, everything you say, they don't have a comeback for it. They just give you something dramatic to compare it to. You could say the man of the house should be served his plate first because it's a psychological thing. It keeps the family in line and in order, and it's a system in the home. So the children see daddy gets his food first. Not that, daddy get his plate first. It's called respect. It's acknowledging the fact that you put the food on the table. It's acknowledging the fact that you have made this home safe and peaceful in a way where we can prepare food. And at the very least, if somebody kicked this door in and you will jump in front of all of us to use your body as a shield to protect us, if we know that at any moment you will lay your life down to protect us, the least we could do is serve you your plate first. And the man ain't going to start eating until everyone gets their food. You know what women will do? So the kids just should starve while this grown man eats? Oh my God. You see that? You see how I came with something that made sense about respect and order, and Black women hate that? So they throw some chaos into it. So the man supposed to get his plate first. So the kids, sorry kids, you got to starve so your dad can eat because I don't want him to leave me. Why are you doing that? So that's the two tactics that women use to keep each other in line, to avoid them having to ever work. Now, I'm the type of woman, I know bitches ain't shit. I know every trick in the book with bitches. So if I go on a podcast or a panel and I see black womening like they always do, that don't move me. After you sit there and you give me that dramatic comparison and go off the deep end, you haven't actually gave a retort to my actual point, though. See how I gave reasons behind it about order, respect? I mean, did you actually retort that, or did you just give a loud, or did you just overtalk me and almost have your eyes pop out your head and give me a dramatic analogy? Honey, that's exactly what happened this past weekend, and it went horrible. It went horrible. Okay? It's funny now, but it wasn't really funny at the time. And it was scary, not in the shape of I'm scared of them, but scary that, wow, you really cannot save these hoes. Black women, how are Black women the most undesirable, the most neglected, the most left behind group of women, and also the number one group of women who are never even open to at least having some professional adult dialogue about other ways of life than what you believe in? Sweetie, you doing bad. Y'all got the highest mortality rates, eviction rates, highest debt to income ratios. Your men leaving by the pack. Your kids are screwed up. Your kids hate you. You're raising the same man you say you hate. How you got the audacity to not ever want to even be open to having a conversation about a different way? That's how I know you slow. That's how I know a separation has to happen. Who are you? How are you the group of women that have it the worst and have it the least figured out? And in the same breath are the last group of women to even have remotely a conversation about doing something different than it's been done. You losing and don't even want to have a conversation about how to win. Now, I don't even know if this podcast is going to air. If and when it does, we will be sure to break it down if it does. If I was the other women involved in that podcast, I would not want it to come out because I would not want to look like a hater like that. Because it very much gave, you watch everything this girl do, but you don't like her. It gave very much hater, very much weird, very much this girl did not bother you at all. What made y'all go berserk and team up on her like that? So if I was there, I'll be like, don't put that out. Don't put that out. I'd have been like, let's shoot something else. Do not put that out, because they got caught slipping. They couldn't hold it in. Okay. So let me tell you guys about what went down. And then I'm going to go into further explanation of why Black women are slow and why Black women must be left behind. So the topic comes up about weight. Of course, whenever somebody brings me on a podcast, they're always going to want to talk about that because they know how I feel about it. So there is a Black male YouTuber that was there. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. That was the only man of my race that supported me and gave me a safe space to speak my thoughts and opinions and did not attack me and protected me. He knows exactly who he is. And I want to say thank you, my brother. I'll never forget the kindness and support that you showed me. Now, let me preface this with this. Before I went on this podcast, I had a conversation. The women on the podcast look like bus drivers. I told y'all that. They look like bus drivers. It was the women, take off the makeup, take off the wig, put her in a bus driver uniform, and she fits right in. Can y'all imagine me as a bus driver? It would never work. I don't care if you put me in some work boots, it would be like, ma'am, what are you doing? I could never be the bus driver. These were bus drivers. Okay. You know, take away the makeup. Let's just say it was women that got cafeteria arms, cafeteria lady arms. You ever see women where their arms look like they can make good chicken? One of them had arms like that. Okay. How nowadays women go get liposuction to try to suck the fat out their belly. What about your fat ass neck and arms? Why do y'all do that? Can y'all stop doing that? Just leave the whole body fat then. Because y'all go get lipo or try to put on a waist trainer, but your arms still give lunch lady. So we can tell, like, we can see that, right? But anyway, yeah, lunch lady arms. Yeah, big mama arms just big as hell. Like when she do this, there's a residual wave, that type of chick. All right. Somebody say auntie arms. Yeah. Y'all know the vibes. Ham hock arms. Okay. Y'all know the vibes. Okay. One of the girls had her wig off. Like she got off set, like, woo, and pulled the wig off. I was like, oh shit. God damn. Ooh, wow. So, it was wiggies and lunch lady arms. That I give you an idea of who was there, who I was. Malevolent elephant talking about arms look like turkey wings. Curtis, shut up. Go away. Malevolent elephant, go sit down immediately. So y'all, I'm trying to change my life. Y'all know I'm from the hood. Y'all know I'm a Florida girl. Y'all know I'm a refined Florida girl. Okay. Y'all know I grew up with a house with a hole in the floor. Y'all know I grew up on the St. Johns River barefoot. Okay. I look like this now, but this is not where I come from. Okay. I don't came a long way. All right. So I have a lot of like progress I'm trying to make within myself. I was talking in the Patreon a few weeks ago about how, you know, we all have things we're working on, and I'm working on, you know, not having to clap back, not reading people for filth. I haven't been in a fight in years. Like I'm doing good. Like that's my thing is I'm from the Wish a Nigga Woods, pretty much. I'm from the Wish a Nigga Woods, and my vice, what I'm working on is not responding, letting people have it, controlling my mouth, controlling my anger. All right. That's what I'm working on. So I had decided, y'all, can y'all stop with the arms? I'm dying. Y'all talking about hooves and hog mauled arms. Can y'all please stop? I am trying to do a show. How am I supposed to focus? And y'all are funny AF. Can y'all please stop? God, what? Stop, please. I can't. Every time I look over and see this, I am about to roll out of this seat. Please, somebody say pig in a blanket arms. Why are y'all like this? Like, why do y'all, can y'all please go away? I don't like y'all. I'm trying to do a show. Can y'all stop? Y'all are hilarious. Please stop. Do y'all like my roses? My loved ones got me these roses after that podcast taping, and I got attacked by pit bulls. And I love them so much. They're so beautiful. I love you guys. Somebody say ain't no peas arms. I'm gonna turn the chat off. I have to remove the chat from me being able to see it, because I'm not gonna be able to get through this. I can't even look at the chat. I cannot. I just can't. You know. So the guy that booked me for the podcast, let me just first go out saying I did not want to go on this podcast. I had already told myself that I wasn't doing no more podcasts because there's no point. Because I have yet to go on a podcast where a woman can just have adult, grown-up dialogue with me. If I'm wrong, have a conversation with me about why you think so. I have yet to go on a podcast where a woman can have an opposing view from me and simply state her thoughts and I state mine. It always has to go to ad hominem attacks. It always has to go to not respecting my boundaries. And it always turns into them wanting to be Batman and Spider-Man to talk mean to me for talking mean to big girls. Okay? Even though everything I discuss when it comes to big girls' weight, I discuss on my channel. I don't go to big women and go in their face and be like, you fat bitch, you ain't shit. I don't do that. I speak about the topic in my own space. But that's their audience that they need to spend money with them. So now they want to be Spider-Man and be a vigilante. Like, we're going to avenge all the big girls by being mean to Six. So Six can talk about the big girls like that, but then when someone talk to her like that, she don't like it. Ma'am, that is apples and oranges. That's not the way it works. Imagine if we all did that. Imagine if every person just that spoke on something that made you upset, you went up to them in their face and called them out their name. Like that would be a never-ending nightmare, because no one's going to agree with everything someone says. So we would all just be getting called out our name. We all would be Batman and Spider-Man flying down from the ceiling. You bitch, because you called fat women fat. So I had already told myself I wasn't doing any more podcasts. I'm like, if every podcast and panel I go on, no, let me rephrase that. I told myself I wasn't doing any more podcasts or panels where there are women there. I'm not doing it. Okay. So when the guy approached me about doing the podcast, I was like, no, thank you. Okay. But then, he was talking to me. He's like, I really think it would be cool, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, send me the information. So he's like, okay, what's your email address? Shoot him the email. 2-3 days go past. He's like, hey, did you get the email? I'm like, no. Okay, let me check on some things. Another 3-4 days go by. He hit me back. Did you get the email? No, I have not got the email. This went back and forth 3 or 4 times. Okay, a good 3 or 4 times before finally I said, listen, I have not got the email. Let me ask you this. Are you sending the email? No, my booking manager is sending the email. Is your booking manager a man or a woman? A woman. So for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I haven't received this email. I said, I tell you what, tell them to CC you on the email and see if that miraculously gets the email to me. Because it's a woman doing your booking and she know who I am and she thinking to herself, oh my God, I do not want this bitch coming. I said, so, the way women operate, I think a lot of men, you poor things, y'all be thinking y'all know us so well and you don't. So I told him, I said, I've been a woman 33 years. I'm going to tell you right now, women will never go to you and say, we don't like Six. We're threatened by her. We cannot out debate her. She articulates herself way too well and we have no comeback and we don't want that bitch here. They're not going to tell you that, sweetie. You know what they're going to do? Send my booking email to Sixthegoddis with 2 S's at the end at yahoo.com so that I just won't get the email. And then when you be like, what's going on? She can be like, oops, I misspelled it for 2.5-3 weeks straight. Oops. I said, women are very passive aggressive, which is also why they don't like me, because I'm going to see your passive aggression and raise you some direct aggression. Okay. I said, so I'd be willing to bet it's not by mistake I'm not getting this email. I said, tell Shawty to go ahead and CC you on the email. Lo and behold, miraculously, then I get the email. So then my intuition started going off like, I got to fly to these people. They're all cool. I don't know who these people are for real. Clearly, the women involved don't want me there. I probably just shouldn't go, right? The guy that booked me for the podcast, like when I'm explaining to him, I'm like, I want you to understand something. I'm going to tell you about my consistent experience. My consistent experience. And when I say consistent, I mean that. There has never been one time where I've been able to go on a podcast with other women and I respect them and they respect me back. They always get mad. They always resort to cussing and calling me names, damn near threatening to want to fight me. I said, so I want you to erase any ideas in your head and be open-minded to listening to my consistent experience. And I told him, I said, so I want to make sure that you're not bringing me on this podcast because you know we have opposing views and you're bringing me into the lion's den to pit us against each other and then sit back and get crazy views and make crazy money off of me being backed against the wall with a bunch of hyenas having to defend myself. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want to do that at 33 years old? No. I'm too old for that. I'm not doing that. Bitch, argue with your mammy. I'm not arguing with you. I said, so I want to make sure that's not what's going to happen here. Now, what I was looking for was for him to say, Six, I hear you. Your experience is valid, and I will protect your wishes. If you're saying that you want to come on a podcast to have healthy adult conversation, you don't want things to come to blows, name calling, because as always, it always happens that way where somebody come at me and then somehow when I defend myself and come back, I always got to hear, Six, why did you take it too far? This is too much. Fuck that. It was too much when you disrespected me when I did not disrespect you. I ain't disrespect you. I said, and I'm tired of it. That's why I don't want to do it no more. Because the way I hit back always ends up being worse than the initial disrespect in the first place. So I was like, I don't want to do it. So what I was looking for was for him to say, I hear you, Six, and I'm going to protect that. I'm going to make sure that we're able to have the conversation. That's what I was looking for him to say. Instead, it was, oh, no, that's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. I said, so you're willing to put it on yourself as a man that every other woman I've done a panel or a podcast with, they have all ganged up on me and resorted to ad hominem attacks and attacking me personally. You're saying that you will be the one where that will not happen on your watch. Yeah, it won't happen. I told them you were coming. They said it's cool. What part of these hoes are not going to tell you that they're threatened by me and don't like me? Are you not understanding? Are you speaking English? Press 1 for English. Do I have English? ¿Tú comprende? Yes or no? Papi? Then I was like, this nigga goofy. You're retarded. You're arrogant. You're too arrogant. One thing about me, and I had to learn this, is when a man tells me certain things about another man, I don't have to understand it. I don't have to agree with it. It doesn't have to make sense to me. Though I have spent a lot of time speaking with my male clients, being in male spaces, hearing, I don't care how much I think I understand men. I'm not one. And when a man tells me certain things about another man, even if it doesn't make sense to me, I have to not be arrogant. I have to humble myself and not think that me as a woman can tell a man, no, you're wrong about another man. But here you go with a penis telling me that you know better than me about women. Oh, how cute. So I said, this nigga is a little bit too arrogant. I'm not fucking with it, right? So I was like, thanks for the offer, but I'm going to go ahead and decline. I already see what this is going to be, right? So a month or two goes by. The brother ends up hitting me back again and was like, have you changed your mind? Like, we're getting ready to film again. I really want you to come film. So I was like, okay, let me just think of a dollar amount that I could get paid to work for an hour or two, and it will be worth me getting attacked by hyenas. So I was like, listen, I got about 1 or 2 episodes I'm going to give you, okay? I need you to fly me in and fly me out the same day. I do not want to stay. I don't want to go out to eat with y'all. I don't want to I don't want to do any of that. If you can figure out how to get me in and out of there in an hour or two and fly in and fly right back out and go on about my business, and if you can pay me XYZ, I need half my money up front and the back end as soon as they say and cut. Now, if you could do that, I'll come. Hoping he would have been like, nah, I ain't got it. But then he was like, okay. Then I was like, oh, shit. So then I was going to bring somebody with me. But then the flights out there were $1,000 for some reason. I don't know why. Then I was like, $1,000? Oh, no. $1,000. Honey, that's a flight to Jamaica. That's an international flight, honey. I ain't spending no $1,000 to go nowhere in the United States, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going somewhere in the United States, the most I got is about $300 for a ticket. Okay? Once we go to talking about $1,000, we talking about Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Dominican Republic. So, I was like, ooh, looks like I'll be going alone. You know what I'm saying? So I went to my ancestor, poured libations, put an offering on my ancestor altar, told them to cover me, and was like, mama got to go get this money, right? Child. These flights was crazy. $1,000. no, baby. Ooh, no, sir. $1,000 was the only flight. There was no flights. I'm like, ooh, no, thank you. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mexico is done. We're going to talk about that real life. Thank you for saying that, because we're going to talk about that. Black folks need to 100% boycott Mexico and not go to Mexico. Mexico's racism has become unbearable. It just can't even be hid no more about how much they hate Black folks over there. So we ain't doing Mexico. Mexico is done. They still ain't prosecuted Shanquella Robinson's killers. Okay. Yeah, we ain't doing Mexico. Okay. It was not first class. And it was a little ass plane because it was a small town that nobody go to. That plane was so little, I almost died on the way there. There was a storm and turbulence. The plane dropped. At one point, the plane was like leaning to the side. I was like, not me, about to die for this podcast. Oh, I just knew it was over. I was like, God, I'm sorry. I was like, is God teaching me a lesson in greed? No, damn well you ain't got, that should have been my sign. When that plane dropped, and I knew, baby, when that plane dropped, I went into cardiac arrest. I was like, oh. I was holding on to the seat, and I should have known, because when I was at the gate, the lady that scans your passes gave us a warning. She was like, now, y'all, this plane is a smaller jet. It's a little cozy. The weather is a little rocky. So, in smaller jets, you tend to feel things a little more. So just be leery of that. Oh, and by the way, your carry-on luggage, it's not going to fit. So go ahead and put it in this bin. And I should have known, you know what? Now that I'm saying this, I should have stopped there. The minute I saw that death trap of a little ass plane, I should have been like, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. And I should have skedaddled from there. So then we get on the plane. I shit y'all not. I had my hair in a fro like this. Y'all, why as soon as I stepped on the plane, my hair did this? That's how small the plane was with my tall ass. So I get on the plane and I am going down the aisle with my hair smushed like this, trying to find my seat. I should have known then. Turn back. There was, now that I look at it, there was signs. So I sit down, we getting ready to take off. Here go the pilot. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Delta Flight. Looks like we got a little rocky weather. You know what I just thought about? I know I'm getting all off topic. Why do pilots all talk like that? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Delta Flight 572B. We're going to have about an hour and a half flight today. Skies are a little choppy. We may feel a little turbulent. So I'm going to ask you all to keep your seatbelts on during the flight. Leave your bathroom use for emergency only. And I'm like, I should have been like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I should have got mine. Should have been like, you know what? Y'all got it. Don't even worry about it. Nope. The minute he got on there and was like, it's a little choppy weather up, so we're going to ask you to. The minute we got in that little ass plane, and he said that we got to keep our seatbelt on, I should have got the fuck off the plane. Now that I think about it. That was God telling me, don't do it. So we take off. Okay. At first, I'm like, okay, this ain't so bad. I'm like, no, it ain't so bad. But my knees was like this on the plane. My knees was like this. Okay. My knees was like this. So besides that, it wasn't so bad. So even though my knees are touching my chin, that's okay. We're all right. We can make do. About 30 minutes in, I'm sitting there on my phone and I'm like, oh, that was a little, whoa, wow. Oh, wow, doing her. And I'm like, so now I'm holding on to my seat and I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna drink again. I ain't never having sex again. I'm never doing it again. I'm sorry, God. Just please get me there, okay? I'm sorry. Whatever I did it in a minute, Lord. I got a child to think about. Bitch, then the plane drops. Y'all. Words cannot describe the level of cardiac arrest. Somebody please, mods, I need y'all to get on your job a little better. Not my sister, Danica. Hey, boo. Thank you for the super chat, Danica. Danica say, sis, the ancestors was speaking to you. The ancestors was speaking to you as soon as you put those offerings on the altar and your ass refused to listen. You should have stayed home. Girl, why would I do that? Why would I put an offering on them and then didn't listen? So really, I'm to blame for this whole thing. They tried to tell me, okay? Thank you so much for the super chat, KB. KB doesn't have a message, you know. Y'all, comments like this, mods, can you please block people like this? Like when y'all see distracting, stupid comments like that, please block them. You know, y'all know I don't get mad at nobody for being too block happy for the mods on here. Okay. If somebody weird, if anything in your mind say weird, just block them. I don't care. Just block them, please. Okay. So I got a Cash App. Hold on. Oh, malevolent elephant, you dog you. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, for they are lying to other women. Leave them behind. Period. I love the way you think, Jacqueline. You know, some people may look at that as harsh. It's not harsh at all. That's absolutely the facts. Oh, let me switch out my battery. So when I tell y'all, thank you so much, y'all. Malevolent elephant. You dog you, malevolent elephant. You dog you. For those of you who have not checked out Malevolent Elephant's channel, what are you doing? Why are you not subscribed to his channel? The amazing thing about Malevolent Elephant is he's in a whole different genre, okay? He's in a whole different genre, and he is one of the few Black male creators that are successful in the niche of animals. Okay, so let's normalize supporting all kinds of Black content creators, not just Black men in a podcast. Okay, let's support all kinds of Black male content creators, not just Black men with microphones doing toxic relationship podcast content. All right, so subscribe to Malevolent Elephant's channel. You will not be disappointed, but make sure you have a lot of time on your hands because his channel is very addicting, okay? Hey, thank y'all. Feeling very rich right now, darling. I'm feeling very rich. So y'all, so now the plane had a turbulence. So I'm praying to God, like, God, so then the plane drops. That plane dropped. I literally said, "Oh," because I was slumped. That plane dropped. I was like, somebody tell me what are the signs of a stroke? Dude, I was like, let me die before this thing go down. Just let me instantly go. I don't want to stay alive while this thing going down, bitch. Take me now. Whoa. So the plane drops. After the plane get back up, everybody is dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Everybody reevaluating them lives. Everybody is thinking about how they going to church, getting ready to get right with God. We all just thinking, oh, God, help us. fate when the plane starts shaking. I knew it was over. I was going to text my son, I love you. I was going to text him the information for my life insurance policy. Well, you about to be rich. Son, you're about to be a multi-millionaire. Don't blow the money. But I'm getting ready to text my brother my life insurance policy information. Please don't take all my life insurance money and take it from my child. You know you're the beneficiary till he turned 18. I love my brother, but he like white women, so you got to wonder. I'd come back alive. I would come back alive if I die and before my son turned 18 and my brother take my millions of dollars and my life insurance policy and go take care of a white woman, bitch. I would be coming from the dead, bitch. Bitch, period. Okay? Nigga, do not, I swear to motherfucking God, do not take my life insurance money, go take care of no white woman. I swear to God. Bitch, I would be a mummy back alive, bitch. Until Elijah turned 18, my brother is my beneficiary, y'all. Okay? Something ever happened to me, go watch my brother and make sure he don't take my money. Make sure he save that money for my son. If y'all catch my brother flexing and taking care of white women with my money, rob that nigga, period. At gunpoint, if necessary. You hear me? Because I'm coming back alive. You know what I'm saying? So these are all the things I'm thinking about. How am I going to come back alive and keep my brother from taking care of white women with my life insurance policy, buddy? Over my dead body, literally. So, bitch, rob that nigga. If I die, I'm going to post a picture of my brother, say I know who he is. If I die prematurely, not going to wood, that ain't going to happen. I'm going to be 100 years old. But if for some reason, and y'all see my brother out on vacation flexing with a white girl, rob that nigga at gunpoint, period. So whoever is a scammer, scam his account, take the money, okay? I'd rather that money go to a scammer than a white woman, all right? So y'all understand the assignment? Okay. Oh my God, I'm weak. Okay, for real. Now back to the story. You know, so I get there. Oh. Let me add this part in. So, you know, when we were having the conversation and the negotiations about coming on a podcast, here go the goofy ass nigga to talk about, this is his bright idea. I was like, you know, because he was making it seem like I was crazy, like they're not going to say anything, like it's not going to be hostile. And I was like, well, you know, one of the girls that you have on your cast has reacted to content I did before. And she vehemently disagreed, you know, and called it stupid. I was like, so I factually know that the people, or at least one of the people, women, let me say, because men know how to, for the most part, men know how to disagree without calling me a bitch. But I'm like, you know, the women don't. So I'm like, I literally have proof that at least one woman on your panel literally does not agree with my talking points. I said, so for you to say it's not going to happen, it will. So then this genius has a bright idea. I'll tell her about it. I'll talk to her about it. I said, you absolutely will not talk to her about it. I'm 33 years old. I'm grown. If there is something I want to say to another grown-ass woman, I will go to her myself. The only reason why I even brought that up to you is because you're acting as though you're gaslighting me and acting as though you can't understand why I have my reservations about this podcast. And I only brought that up to give you evidence of, I literally know for a fact that we're going to disagree. So what's going to happen? So I said, you know, this conversation we're having is between me and you. Do not go to her and say anything. And the reason why I said that is because Black women are rebellious. So Black women have a very narcissistic undertone to them. And whatever you tell them not to do, they want to do it. So that's how you have to reverse psychology, Black women. Don't say anything. The minute you go to that motherfucking hyena pit bull and tell her, Six let me know that you had, stitched her content and reacted to it, and you didn't agree. So she's wondering, are you going to be able to be two professional adults on a podcast and have a conversation about it without it becoming a problem? That is a man planting a seed of chaos. Because had you just left it alone, everybody could have went into the interaction organically. But when you go to a Black woman and tell her, hey, don't do this, especially a big mouth hyena Black woman, she is going to be like, okay, bet. And the second she can, she's going to do the total opposite. And once again, I know this about women, which is why I asked him to respect our private conversation, okay, with what I thought was a grown-ass man, and not go blab and gossip like a bitch the things that I discussed with you privately. He gave me his word. Silly me, my father taught me that when a man put his word on something, you got to just wait for him to stand on that, okay? It's up to a man where if he give his word on something, you got to take that. My dad said, if a man say, you got my word, I won't do that, you got to go into it with good faith. Just assume the man is, because most men will stand on that. Most men don't want to go back on their word, because for most men, especially Black men, their word is all they got. So I trusted it. I was like, okay, he's not going to go say anything. I want y'all to keep that part in mind, because that part is very important to the story. This man said he was going to go to this pit bull and plant. You're putting the idea in her head to have conflict now. Some things, leave them alone and let them happen organically. He gave me his word. He would not say anything. Keep that part of the story in mind. To me, that is the most important part of this whole topic. So, I get there and I recognize one of the guys, and I'm super excited to see him because I really enjoy his content. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. So I also felt a level of comfort. I'm like, okay, I at least recognize one of the guys here. I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel like, okay, at least I have at least one person that I know is going to keep it real. Like one person I feel like is going to support me in some way. So I'm like, okay. So my son is texting me. He's like, Mom, don't worry about when no one say you're going to do good. So my baby boy hyping me. I'm like, okay, this is going to be great. I'm like, so I get there. The entire production team was white. So I'm like, okay, the setup was really nice. So I'm like, all right, I get there. So, the guy the manager that greeted me was so nice, gave me a compliment, helped me with my bags. We're happy to have you here. So I'm like, okay, maybe I was just making this out to be worse than it would actually be. At the end of the day, it seems like this podcast is being done very professionally. I think we might be okay. At the end of the day, this is about professionalism. This is their job. They are a cast on this podcast. This is their job. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't think this man would bring me here and go through all this just to set me up, is what I thought. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that somebody would have went out their way to bring me here to set me up like this. So I kind of let my guard down. I'm like, all right, okay, we go, get it right. So we go film the first episode. What was the subject? So the first episode came and I began to peep game on one of the girls, and I kind of realized very quickly that these are very much liberal, modern day, the type of women that call everything men do misogynist. I realized I'm like, oh, I see these types. And now I definitely see why I was brought here, because of course my thoughts and opinions will be a lot different. Okay. So by the end of us taping the first episode, the guy was like, we were getting ready to have lunch afterwards. So the guy's like, hey, can you take off our mics? And one of the girls was like, do me a favor, take off my mic first. So I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, You big bothered. Okay, all right. So I'm keeping it cool. I'm like, I look good. You know, they had some tequila. I'm sipping my tequila. I'm like, honey, I'm just here to get paid and talk shit and then go home, honey. I don't give a damn about none of that, right? So I kind of see that shorty is kind of flustered. Do my mic first. I'm like screaming in my ear, like, do you just talk screaming? How high is your blood pressure? I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm like, okay. So shorty is a little bit in a tiff, but okay, you know, I'm minding my business. So what all goes left in the second episode? So in the second episode, the male YouTuber that I said, you know, I'm cool with and I appreciate. Now he gets taken off the second one. He's not on the second one. So now he gets replaced with a black hippie kind of guy. That's like a black hippie guy. Then there was another brother that was super cool. I'm not going to say his name, but he was sitting next to me. Super dope brother. We had talked a little bit. Dope brother. And the other brother was a tree hugger. So I was like, okay, so we have a tree hugger guy, and then we have a real nigga. You know, I know real niggas when I see them. We got a real nigga archetype. We got the tree hugger archetype. I'm picking up what they putting down. I'm kind of, the Virgo in me is kind of going down like, okay, you know, the camera crew, the production team were so respectful. I have never worked with a more accommodating production team. One of the fellas that was miking me up had such an understanding of consent. He was like, okay, I'm going to place this wire here. Is that okay? I was like, I love your understanding of consent. I'm loving it here. I'm even ignoring the pit bulls. Like the production team made me feel so comfortable. To hell with the pit bull. Was very consenting over everything he did when he had to mic me up. It was okay. I was like, okay, we're going to make it through. So the second one comes up and, you know, here goes the question about weight. Okay. You know, so they asked the question. I'm not going to go into too many details. Long story short, they asked the question. I give my answer. Okay. The first thing out of one of the hyena's mouth, I think I said 3 sentences, okay? And the first thing out her mouth was, that is the stupidest, most ignorant shit I've ever heard. So I was like, well, all right, let's just go ahead and go out swinging. And so then I said, uh-oh, we have a Spider-Man on our hands. We have a vigilante on our hands. She don't saw me talk mean about big girls. Now she's like, I'm going to be mean as Sixthegoddis when she come on here to avenge the big girls. Ma'am, we've been on this set has been rolling for 2 minutes. How are you already having stupid, ignorant, and shit coming out your mouth? My God. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God. So I'm like, you know, okay, you know, don't just, why do people do that? That's the most stupid, ignorant shit I ever seen. That is so ignorant, no pun intended. Don't say that. Say what your opinion is. Don't just say that's the stupidest, most ignorant shit I ever heard. Like, you know, say what you need to say. Okay, cool story, bro. And then what? That's the stupidest, ignorant shit I ever heard. Kristen says she's been daydreaming about that moment for months. She has been waiting for that moment. She hyped herself up in the mirror before. Yeah, when Sixthegoddis get here, I'm gonna get that bitch. She want to talk about big girls so mean. Let's see if she can dish it, but can she take it? Spider-Man. She was ready. She waited her whole life for that moment. So I'm like, so basically you're saying that instead of, you know, I was saying I never seen a man work his butt off, become rich and famous and successful, go out his house, go to the grocery store, see a woman that's 300 pounds and say to himself, that's my wife. I'm going to marry that woman right there. I ain't never seen it. Okay. The question was, do men seek out bigger women when they're not financially confident? You can say no, but if you say no to that, then that means that men who are rich, that you are consistently seeing them become rich, Not she got with him before he was rich. We're saying a man is rich and he goes out and sees a woman that's 300 pounds and decides that's her right there. Not if he has sex with you, not if he's your boyfriend. Where I'm talking about the man says, I've made it, I made my money. There's a woman that's 300 pounds with lunch lady arms. That right there, that's my wife for sure. That is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. So now I already know the guy who podcast it is agrees with me. Okay. This guy, I'm going to give y'all who he put me in the mind of, Derek Jackson. He put me in the mind of a Derek Jackson type. Okay. So, he the type of guy, he don't really want to be very honest and just bold-faced say it. It's true. Rich niggas is not checking for fat bitches at all. Meanwhile, his bitch is natural and in shape with calf muscles and locks. But your woman look good. Your woman got long, beautiful locks down her back with calf muscles. So why you ain't with a fat girl? Okay? Make it make sense. Why won't niggas say shit with their chest? You got an in-shape natural woman. I'm confused. Oh, but I forgot. It's the big girls that's going to buy your shit. I get it. Okay. So anybody who tries to guess who I'm talking about in the comments will get blocked. Do not be throwing out these names thinking you know what you're talking about. You don't know a damn thing. If I wanted to say who I was talking about, don't you think I would have done that? Why are you niggas so messy? You worse. You do all the crying. What the baby gonna do? You worse than the bitches. Okay? You don't know who I'm talking about. Go on about your business. Okay? So I know the nigga know I'm right. But here go the nigga scared. Like, I kind of see what Six is saying. No, nigga, say it with your motherfucking chest. Say it. The question was, who do men seek out when they're not financially confident? So if we know that men do not become rich and then go out and marry a big girl, that means, yes, it's automatically also true that when a man is not confident in his finances, he will go for a bigger girl. That means rich niggas are not wifing up fat girls, especially black men who have to go against all odds to get a few dollars. They're definitely not going to fight their whole life to become rich and go marry a fat girl for what? Okay. So, we having a conversation and I was like, the subject about weight is difficult because a lot of women grew up in households where your mama said you can't leave a table to eat all the food. I said food addiction is a problem because if you have a Coke habit or an alcohol habit, you can simply stay away from the drug house. You can simply stay away from the bar, stay away from the liquor store. But the reason why a food addiction is the most tough addiction is because you still have to eat. So food is the only addiction where when you are trying to fight it, you still have to indulge in it. I said, there's a big difference between you being fat and saying, I need to do better. Y'all women sit there and say, we don't do anything for a man. We don't do things for men. But then every time I say stop being fat as fuck, your first response is, well, they gonna still cheat. Well, what do you mean? You're in one breath, you say you don't do things for a man's approval. Then the minute we talk about you doing any self-improvement, your first thought is some men like big girls, though. Skinny girls still get cheated on. Well, bitch, which one is it? Which one is it? This is how I know black women are slow. You don't even know what you're talking about. You lie to yourself. We don't do things for men. But I'm not doing this unless it guarantees a certain response from men. We don't do things for men, but there's no point in me losing weight because they gonna still cheat. Y'all slow. The great divide must happen. So, you know, here their whole MO, like I guess their whole comeback was, it's the inside that counts. Baby, Zeusy, hush. I swear I began to hear tiny violin music stringing in the background. It's not about the outside, about you being fat. It's about the inside that counts. You got to get your inside right. Girl, stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Just stop. The question was, do men seek out bigger women? Or no, not financially confident. No one said anything about what do you think as a woman? And I'm like, see, I'm thinking to myself, this is exactly why you have to leave Black women behind. All the men were saying like, yeah, like we kind of agree with what Six is saying. The women are like, shut up! It's the inside that counts. Whatever. Okay, you know, it's the inside that counts, because I've seen men say, wow, girl, that personality is something else. You know what I'm saying? You have to work on it on the inside. Very, you know, stuff that made no sense. It had nothing to do with the subject. So then the tree hugger guy was like, well, you know, most Black neighborhoods are a food desert and healthy food is not accessible to all people in the Black community. What do you mean? But didn't you know that Black women are the most educated? Let them tell it. What do you mean? So Black women are the most educated. So Black women are, what they said, they buying the most new homes. But I thought Black women are starting the most businesses. So you mean to tell me that they got the most degrees and the most homes, but can't buy a fucking salad? Every day I turn around, there's Black women in Jamaica riding on a wooden raft with a Jamaican man named Garfield touching her in the pussy. So you mean to tell me they can rally themselves together to fly to Jamaica to ride a bamboo raft with a Jamaican man named Garfield touching him in the pussy, but they can't find their way to a Whole Foods? I'm not buying it. Make it make sense. Which one is it? Let's cut the shit. Telling Black women that they can't find salads. Telling Black women that some men like big girls. Telling Black women it's the inside that counts and that they're big boned is not helping. Meanwhile, y'all on the internet doing seafood boil mukbangs and making videos about what I eat to stay fat. Foot on neck season. I was not letting up. So y'all know what ends up happening? They snap. This is when you know you want a debate. You know you've won a debate when they do not have a comeback for what you said, and instead they begin to attack you. Okay. Pamela, you need to join the Patreon. We were talking about that today in the Patreon. So then one of the girls, Spider-Man ends up cracking. She was just sitting there seething. She ends up cracking. See, this is why I don't like you. This is why don't nobody like your motherfucking ass. Oh. Hyena right now. There it is. There it is. Oh, I love the honesty. Yes, give it to me. Tell me more. How do I know I might like your ass? Oh. So then I feel like Denzel in Training Day. Oh, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Bitch. I was giving very much so Denzel Training Day. Oh, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You gonna do this to me? Wait. I gotta play the clip. Baby. Okay. Let me see. I gotta show y'all what I'll talk about. Let me see. Can I find it? Here it go. Here it go, y'all. Here it go. Wait. Here it go. This was me. I'm gonna show y'all. This was me. I got set up, y'all. They set me up. This was me.
Jake, go ahead and bounce on me. Get up out of here.
This was me the whole time.
Back.
What?
Just like that.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you did. Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake, come back here.
This was me looking at the dude that booked me.
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk. Jake! I need my money. Jake! Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
That was me, y'all. You motherfuckers. You motherfucker. Right? So I can't. Oh, I'm crying. Oh, my stomach hurt. I can't breathe. So she's like, that's why nobody like your motherfucking ass. So then her eyes get big and she's like, I hadn't heard of you or nothing before you got here. I heard from a friend that nobody like you. No, baby, it's too late. I actually was glad. I'm like, finally, the truth come out. That's what it always really be. Y'all hoes don't like me. Just say that. And when someone don't like you that's never even met you, that's called a hater, period. You see what I'm saying? What you mean you don't like me? What information do you have? What you mean you don't like me? I feel indifferent towards you, bitch. I don't even know you. What do you mean? Okay. So she was like, that's why nobody like your motherfucking ass. So I'm like, uh-oh, this is going left. I see the direction this is going in. So I'm kind of looking at the guy that booked me like, you motherfucker, you gonna do this to me? So now he's sitting there looking like a gopher, looking slow as fuck, looking around like, oh my God, like, whoa, looking like, oh my God, please don't. You know, you can always tell the measure of a man by how much order he can keep in his environments. A man that can't keep order in his environment ain't worth 2 pennies to rub together, period. Okay. Whenever there is a man present, there should always be certain levels of order, period. Okay. Whenever you see a man with chaos ensuing around him and he can't do anything to get it under control, child, just keep moving. Okay. I told you before I came here, this ain't what I came here for. I am a guest. Y'all, this is y'all's job. Do you allow this? Can y'all imagine if I went on the Breakfast Club or Tamron Hall and Tamron's Hall like, this is why I like your ass, bitch? It would never happen. I'm like, why Black people can't never be professional in these type of situations? Like, why can't Black people, we can't never, ever just have shit actually be, we can't never just be professional and come in and do our jobs. We can't never do it. Because we'll do anything for some attention and some views and some damn entertainment. I hate it. Okay? So then after this, I start blacking out. Okay? My vision kind of starts going in and out because I'm like, number one, I'm traumatized and triggered because all my life I've had to fight. Bitches always don't like me. They always be insecure about me. They always be jealous of me. So I'm already, my brain is going back to who I was in 2010. And I'm just like, I feel myself getting ready to morph. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, stay cool. So I'm like, okay, you need to watch how you talk to people. The way you talk about them, the irony. 2 Black women who talk to people crazy, okay? Y'all been talking crazy this whole time. I've asked you several times, stop saying this and that to me. Stop telling me what I do and don't understand. I've been nothing but respectful to you. You've been nothing but disrespectful to me, violated my boundaries, all of you. And then you're going to sit in that same breath and tone and say that you don't like the way I speak about big girls. So after that, all I heard was the fuck this, the fuck that, fuck. So I said, you need to stop cussing at me. Okay? Let's have the even though I was still like, I need to do my job. I need to be professional. So here I go again. Here I go with Black women setting a boundary that they don't understand. I said, you need to stop cussing at me. I have not disrespected you. Don't do that. Fuck that. All right. Well, y'all can have this shit. Do you know that I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Now if I start roasting them, I'll be wrong. Okay. If I start giving them the same energy, I'm exhausted. I almost died on the way here. Y'all don't even like me. Why am I fighting to be here? So as I go to get up, the other girl was like, oh, this bitch. First of all, let me just take a moment to salute me. Okay. Let me just take a moment to pat myself on the back. If somebody would have told me a few years ago that I would have made it out without getting physical for a woman to be sitting in front of me and call me a bitch. A few years ago, I never would have believed that a woman could sit in front of me after I'm like, hey, I'm respecting you. Don't cuss at me and hit me with a man. Fuck that. Fuck, bitch. 5 years ago, if somebody would have told me that I would have been able to walk away from that and not horse kick a bitch in the face, roundhouse kick, I would have never believed it. I'd be like, oh no, I know me. Ain't no way. If I tell a bitch, stop cussing at me, and she look at me and be like, fuck that, and call me a bitch, I already know, baby, it's going to happen so quick. Before production, before security can get there, I'm a blackout. And, my reach is so long, a bitch be thinking that she far enough away, and boom, you kicked in the face, you out cold. That's my MO. That's how I've always moved. If I feel like y'all about to gang up on me or I'm about to get jumped, I'll kick you from across the room. You out cold. So if somebody would have told me that I would be able to have a woman sit in my face and call me out my name, 8 different types of bitches and fucks this, I would have never believed it. So I want to shout out to me for being able to walk away from that. This tells me, I don't care. To some of y'all might think that's not a big deal. For me, that is a huge deal. Because me 5 years ago, that whole set would have been towed up. For sure. No doubt about it. Matter of fact, there was twice in this past weekend where women tried me and I was able to walk away. Oh, this was the other rich part. This is how I know that I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. This is how I know that something amazing is happening for me. Because I realized that when women cannot discredit my message, their next move is to try to bait and discredit me. So do y'all know that when she was like, when I told her, I said, you ain't gonna cuss at me no more. And she was like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck. And I said, oh, I know for sure you ain't finna sit in my face talking about fuck me and fuck all that, bitch. You got me fucked up. It don't work that way. Do y'all know that this girl turns from me and looks to the camera and goes, femininity? Where is the femininity? Fuck that, you pussy asshole. I cannot stand you hoes. My God, you hoes are so incredibly manipulative and passive aggressive. You hoes are so spineless. Are you kidding me? I've been nothing but respectful here, and you gonna sit here calling me every type of fuck this, fuck that, bitch this, bitch that. And when I be like, hold on, shawty, I know for sure you ain't finna sit in my face, call me no kind of bitches and fuck yous, nothing. What happened to femininity? No, don't try to play that now. What, you want to get busy? I mean, what you trying to do? So then when I retaliate and they hit me with that move, they be like, femininity. Remember, when they come at me and I be like, oh, it ain't going down like that. You got me fucked up. What's up? Femininity. Remember, femininity, no, bitch. Fuck that. No, fuck that. Don't play that card with me, bitch. What's up? Is it what you wanted? This what you wanted to do? How old are you? This is what y'all brought me here to do? Do y'all think this is on brand for me? I specifically told you I did not consent to these type of interactions. Now you sitting over there look like a gopher going back in your hole, not even doing anything to de-escalate this. Letting these two hyenas berate me literally for no reason. When I tell y'all I did nothing to these women. This woman tried to bait me into blowing up so they could get a clip and a sound bite like Sixthegoddis, femininity influencer, goes off and beats up girl on set. They tried to bait me. I couldn't believe it. When that girl would say, femininity, what happened to femininity? You just cussed me out. How manipulative and passive aggressive is that? And I said, I'm headed towards a breakthrough. If people are willing to go this far to set me up and get a soundbite to discredit me because they can't discredit my message, I don't know what's about to happen, y'all, but something big is about to happen for your big sister. These people brought me all the way across the country to bait me into a soundbite to discredit me. Second of all, do y'all not know the goddess gang know me very well? What do I tell you all the time? You could get a feminine ass whooping. Feminine women know how to set and enforce boundaries. Y'all want to sit in here and cuss me out and call me out my name? Y'all want to get busy? I mean, I guess we can. It seems like that's what you want. Because where I'm from, you don't call no other woman no bitch in her face unless you ready to get busy. That's just how it goes. What y'all want to fight? Y'all brought me here to fight. Girl, I know y'all lied to me. So, you know, when she was like, femininity, what happened to that? I said, let me get out of here because I see I'm being set up. Y'all want me to snap. Y'all are trying to trick me out my spot. Wow. Now I knew it was going to be bad, but I knew it was going to be that bad. Like, damn, wow. So as I get up, so I stood up and I was just like, man, take this mic off. I'm not doing this. I'm finna go home. I don't even know what to tell y'all. Like, I just can't. This is traumatizing. I'm just trying to do my job. I'm in y'all face. I'm in your space. I'm trying to respect you. I'm trying to be professional. We in front of 20 white folks. I'm so embarrassed. We looking like dogs and animals in front of these white folks. How embarrassing. So as I get up to walk out, one of the hyenas goes, yeah, and this bitch over here telling people I stitched a video about her and I be talking about her, man, fuck this bitch. So when she said, what did you say? This bitch over here talking about I stitched a video and made videos about her. I look back at the nigga that booked me for the podcast like, wow. So after I specifically told you to keep our conversation private between you and I, after you gave me your word as a man, as a black man at that, as me as a black woman, your sister, as I trusted you that your word was good enough as a man, as my brother, you turned right back around and went and ran your mouth like a bitch when you told me you would respect what I asked of you. Wow. Do y'all think he came? I walk off set. I go upstairs. The other male YouTuber I had told y'all about in the beginning, he came and checked on me. Thank God for that, brother. He came and checked on me, asked me, did I need anything? Was I okay? I felt very comforted by that brother. That brother was my angel that day. Do you know it had to be the white man on set to come make sure I was okay? Besides the one black male YouTuber that supported me? Do you know it had to be a white man to come to me and apologize? The white man the black man over there looking like, ooh, this is going to make for good TV. The white man looking mortified. Oh my God. So he comes upstairs. He's like 6. And the only reason why I'm just going to leave because the manager looked genuinely mortified. It was genuine. I know a genuine reaction. The manager was genuinely mortified. He was like, I am so sorry that happened to you. He was like, you did not deserve that. I don't know what to say. Do you need anything? Are you okay? I'm like, just have the rest of my money at this point. Just have the rest of my money. Now, if y'all want to be real, we all need to go ahead and put some extra on top of that for me getting called out my name. Okay. I accept apologies in cash. I'm going to be real with y'all. This already happened. I'm already traumatized. I already got put in a fight or flight mindset in this supposed to be real professional podcast. I should not have had to think. I should not have had to start skating the room about how I'm going to defend myself against 2 women ganging up on me. I should not have ever had to even think that way. And y'all brought me here as a guest for you. Do y'all think the guy that brought me on a podcast got up for a second to make sure that I was still in one piece? Do you think he got up for a second to say, I gave you my word that I wasn't going to gossip about our private conversation, but I still did, and I apologize like a man? No. Do you think that to this day I have still heard? That was Friday. Do y'all think I have heard from him yet? No. You know why? Because he got what he wanted. He wanted a Real Housewives of Atlanta, Black women fighting each other. Okay. And that was that. I went to the airport. 4 hours early because I would much rather had sat at the airport than to sit in this space with a bunch of people who clearly had talked shit about me before I got there and admitted out their own mouth that they don't like me. I'll leave. We were supposed to do more filming. I left. Fuck this. I'm out of here. I told you before I came here I didn't want this. I have never seen the level of hate and vitriol in someone's eyes as I did in that woman that looked at me and said, that's why nobody like you. Like, you felt that in your soul, sis. Like, you mean that. Like, wow, you're really bothered. I'm not bothered by any of y'all. Even though y'all job is to condone women's BS and make them feel comfortable about their bad decisions and bad behavior, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't care. You're your own person. You could say what you say. It don't affect me. What you eat don't make me shit. That's crazy that y'all don't like me. That's very strong word. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Wow. Thank you for the super chat, Jeremy. Oh my, I'm feeling very rich in this stream, darling. Y'all got me feeling very rich. Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Y'all got me feeling so rich, darling. You know, I get to the airport. My flight is delayed by an hour or two, like 2 hours. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Have mercy on my soul. Hey, love of my life. How you doing, son? Did you have a good day, son? Okay, can I have a hug real quick? X-Man being so bad. He just being bad. Always want attention. I love you. So many people compliment my chin. I'm live, by the way. Oh. I love you, baby. So, you know, me personally, I would have been like, I owe this woman some more money. I cannot believe this just happened. I would have thrown me a big old bag on top of that. I would have thrown a bag on it. I would have thrown a bag on it. Like, woo, that woman had to go through a lot. Let me go ahead and bless this lady. Oh no, honey. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what's going to happen because that's what was wanted. So what it taught me was for that conversation to go like that. I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap for Black women. That's what it come down to. It's a wrap for Black women. Black women want someone to make them feel comfortable in their dysfunction. You're a single mom. That's okay. You could be a single mom. Everyone need to mind their business. What I realized that Black women do is they don't have any solid reason, facts, or solutions behind exhibiting any kind of positive behavior. Everything that they're looking to condone to the other that they're going to do is just do what you want. It's your body. It's your choice. Do what you want. But they don't even have any actual reasoning behind it. That's what Black women do. Tell them it's not their business. You do what you want. Do what you happy. Live your truth. No. Give us some actual proof, facts, and evidence behind this advice you're giving. Show us, tell us why it's okay to be fat. Tell us why it's okay to be a single mom. And don't you dare say, because if you get married, he could still leave and he could still cheat. Everything, that'd be the only reason that Black women have behind condoning negative behavior. He'll still cheat. He'll still leave you. Can we evolve past that? Can we get reasoning behind things more than just that? Because that, frankly, is just getting old at this point. Okay. I represent work to Black women. I represent having to wash and comb your real hair. I represent having to exercise. This is why it's so triggering. Black women sign up to buy their own poison. Okay. Black women are at this place where you will sit on a podcast all day and talk about how men ain't no good and men ain't that and men ain't this. And then as soon as you get off the podcast, you'll be calling up your sneaky link talking about men are good for nothing but dick. So the same men that you say are misogynistic and they're this and they're that are the same men where as soon as you get off your soapbox, you go give them sex. Black women are the only group of women who have decided to give men sex as a punishment. You know, we'll just get the D and then keep moving. Ma'am, who's gonna tell them? Who's gonna tell them? But that's what y'all want. You sign up for things that you can't maintain. Then the women who are married complaining about how they got to cook, clean, do laundry, and clean up after a man. Then you have a conversation with them and be like, so before you got married, did you have a specific conversation with your husband about the expectations on sharing household duties? Being married, not everything, because he can still cheat. And a lot of women, they marry, and it's just like they have an extra child. They got to clean up behind their husband. They got to work 40 hours a week, cook, fuck, clean. But then you ask them, did you negotiate the terms of your marriage before you got married? Oh, no. You did what most people do, which is Netflix and chill for 1 to 2 years and then get married. You don't have any conversations about finances, the logistics, the specifics behind marriage. You don't negotiate anything in your marriage. Then by the time y'all figure that out, you're already married and already attached to each other and you're miserable. So you signed your life away to this man and you didn't even negotiate. Why would you sign up to get married, work 40 hours a week, cook every night, clean everything, and have kids? Why did you sign up for it? Only Black women sign up for things, change their mind, and then demonize the institution or demonize what they signed up for due to their lack of planning. Black women can open their big mouth to say everything else except negotiating the terms of their marriages and relationships. Now we got to see y'all on TikTok complaining about how you got to work 40 hours a week and cook. But you never had a conversation with what are the specific expectations for household duties? If you're with a man who needs you to work, why did you not negotiate? Who signs a contract without negotiating first? So you signed up to work 40 hours a week, talking about you a boss. You signed up to clean everything, cook everything. Then 5 years and 2 kids into the marriage, you're saying you're tired. Now you want a divorce because you're not happy. Now you want to be out here talking about how you're the most educated. You want to be out here talking about how you starting the most businesses, but you can't figure out how to make a fucking salad. You don't even know what you want. You're lost. The minute anybody introduces a concept outside of what you all have got together and decided would be right at your women's empowerment brunches, you want to physically assault them. It makes you so upset that you want to call them out their name and use profanity towards them. Wow. You know, Black women have 100 places that they can go to have somebody, you know, coddle them and pat you on the butt and make you feel good about your dysfunction. You got 1,000 places you can go. I saw a clip of the Monique, the fat girl from Love and Lockup. And there was another fat girl giving her an hour-long speech about how she's beautiful and we all come in different shapes and sizes and she needs to be confident in her size. Oh, that's what y'all want. Y'all want me to look at you that you've been 300 pounds since you were 8 years old and tell you that you're beautiful. Well, after y'all are done going everywhere else where they make you feel okay about being a single mom, when you finish going everywhere else, like how you know Black women are slow, they don't say, how about y'all close y'all legs? How about if y'all do open your legs, you be responsible? How about you don't have sex with a man where if you were to get pregnant by him, you'd rather murder the child y'all made together as opposed to giving birth to it? How about you don't have sex with a man that you wouldn't mind duplicating? Instead, it's you can get an abortion because it's your body. I'm giving different examples of this is what Black women want. They won't tell you keep your legs closed, be responsible. They'll tell you it's your body, so go ahead and fuck. And if you get pregnant, just go get an abortion. And nobody can say it about it because they're not going to help you take care of that baby, and that's your body. That's what y'all want. That's why y'all don't like me. Y'all want to go to Mexico and risk your life and the life of all the men in your family to go get a BBL. Did y'all see them? Oh, let me see if I can show y'all this. Y'all gotta see this. This is just, I have no words at this point. That's who y'all like. Y'all like the people that are gonna just give you a super weird analogy to condone what you're doing. You don't want to deal with the people who are gonna tell you, hey sis, say sis, that just ain't it. Look at this. Y'all, you cannot make this up. This is why Black women don't like me. Okay. They like, go to the gym. We finna go get a BBL. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. Go to the gym. What you mean? Baby, we finna go get a BBL. Let me show y'all this. We don't need Sixthegoddis over here telling us to get up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym. Look at this. This girl rented a van, drove from South Carolina to Mexico with, I want to say 2 or 3 Black men with her to get a BBL. Thought that she was communicating with a surgeon. Come to find out, she was really communicating with the cartel. And they know that she's showing up with a couple thousand to pay for this surgery. Okay. The whole world knows that we as Black women will buy whatever poison makes us feel better. We are the wolf that licks the sword. Now the whole world knows that we are so gullible and that we are so desperate for somebody, anybody, to give us the easy way out. We are so desperate. Somebody, anybody, lie to me, make me feel it, make it feel good. Lie to me and make me believe it. Then now you got Mexicans even being, let's go ahead and start robbing these gullible Black women. All we gotta do is put how to trap a Black woman. BBL. It's okay to be a single mom. Everybody else should mind their business. It's your business, girl. Go ahead and get that abortion, girl. Here go the Black woman. Ooh. Gym, real hair, self-accountable, relationship skills, rules, standards, respect, discipline, denying myself of things, realistic, nah. Ooh, everyone should mind their business and let me do what I want. Ooh. Gym, nah. BBL in Mexico, ooh. Close my legs and don't let a man impregnate me where I'd rather kill the seed than have a child that duplicates him. Nah. Abortion, ooh. Ladies, step over their dead bodies. Okay, in 2023, We are not going back and forth with no Hyena. We finna let them walk themselves off that cliff. We're going to let them be that wolf licking that sword. Let them keep satisfying themselves with their own blood until they bleed out. Before they recognize it, it'll be too late. Okay? I don't care if it's your mama, your sister, your girlfriend. I don't care. Learn how to leave Black women behind if they don't get it. These women are leading you to hell. They are leading you down a negative path. They are leading you down a path of no solutions and nothing healthy. If you want to make it, if you want to survive, if you want to be fulfilled, if you want to break generational curses, if you want to do better for your children, do better for your daughter, separate. It's a good 80% of bitches that ain't shit, period. A good 80% of bitches are here to be your NyQuil and just mask your symptoms so you can just get a good night's sleep. A lot of me make it feel good. A lot of me make it feel good. 80% of women are here to go eat with you at the women's empowerment brunch. Or I'm sorry, the women's enabling brunch. But they're not showing up to go work out with you. They're not showing up to say, sis, you are not thick. You're fat. You have lunch lady arms. Black women do not want to admit that you need to do better. They don't want to condone you doing better because then you become their competition. They want you to be single moms and have a womb full of abortions and a womb full of dicks. They want you to keep wearing that wig knowing damn well men like natural hair. They don't want you all going out and getting in shape and washing your hair and wearing it and respecting one another, respecting yourself. They don't want that because then you become their competition. I want you to always remember, Black women, they don't want that. So they have, at the end of the day, we all pretty much competing for the same thing. If you're at, let's say you're at working at a law firm and they're looking someone, they have a spot open for someone to make partner. Once that spot come open to make partner, you can't trust nobody that you're in that competition with because y'all all vying for that same spot. Women all day can say that, they don't do things for a man, but they are. Ooh, hold on, wait a minute, y'all. I got a few cash out. I got a few cash out. Not y'all spoiling me on cash out. Wait a minute. What do we have here, darling? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, Jeff. Not Jeff sending me that big blue boy. Oh, Jeff, you dog, you. Oh, Jeff. Jeff said, for your unnecessary stress. Wow, I love you guys so much. What the heck? Thank you so much, sis. Alexis, thank you. Y'all got a real nigga like me feeling warm inside. And after my rough weekend, I had my meetup with my group. And that's when they came and the girls bought me the flowers. And we sat down, everybody hugged me. Everybody checked on me. And when I tell y'all, I've never felt so loved. Like the love from them. Like, that's why I try to get y'all to come join our group. We have such a good group. Like, we went out together. And when I tell y'all, I got there, they had their flowers for me. Everyone's energy. I think I'm so used to being there for my girls that it was a little bit weird for me to accept that it was them there for me. I was so drained, just spiritually and emotionally. I was so drained, and they felt that, they knew that. They came right in. I'm talking about they swooped in and got together and uplifted me, and I was back to new. I feel so much better now. Like, they literally came and like, whoo. So shout out to my loved ones. Shout out to the group. Y'all, mark my words. Remember I said this today, March 7th at 5:15 p.m. Something big is about to happen for your big sister. There is a reason that women are out here grasping at straws, trying to bait me, to get me on film snapping to discredit what I'm saying. There's a reason. Whenever you start becoming under attack in that way, a breakthrough is coming. So y'all keep your eyes and ears open because some stuff is about to go down. I'm telling y'all right now, something big, something good is about to happen for your big sister. All this is not happening for no reason. Okay. Now, again, speaking of the Patreon, me and some of the girls, we're actually getting ready to take a fitness class tonight together. We're getting ready to go work out together tonight at our aerial fitness class. Okay. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Dr. Umar School, your name is so funny. Every time I see your name, I am just rolling. I love you so freaking much. Dr. Umar School is a Patreon too, darling. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dr. Umar School. Y'all have really spoiled me during this stream. I appreciate that very much. You know, again, keep in mind, you know, let me put this up here. I appreciate the support, y'all. A lot of my content does not get monetized. You know, we're in 2023. There ain't really no good TV shows, no good movies. I feel like a lot of Black content creators have kept us entertained. So, you know, when we let you know we appreciate donations, it's not that we're begging for money or anything like that. It's just to show your support that, you know, if we're taking our time to put out content, you know, we like the support because a lot of times our stuff is not monetized. So when you all support me, I know y'all work hard for your money. There's a million content creators out here. So every single piece of support I get, I appreciate it so much. And I'm very grateful for everything. Y'all make sure that you like the video and leave a comment on your way out. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.